Terre Haute after a raining morning. Storm Team 10 is tracking the 2022 Groundhog Day winter storm for you. A winter storm warning is in effect all across the Wabash Valley. You can see this live view from our southern bureau in Vincennes. It's been mostly rain in Terre Haute today, but icy conditions may lead to dangerous travel and the possibility of power outages. And here's a live look from our tower cam just off of I-70 at the Brazil, Indiana exit. Roads have started to become slick, increasing the possibility of crashes. Good afternoon, I'm Kit Hanley in for Susan Dingle. It's Wednesday, February 2nd. A winter storm is hitting the Wabash Valley, and its impact could be crippling for several hours. That's why we're continuing our storm team coverage to make sure you're prepared and informed. Gary Bryan, Caitlin Hunt, and Chloe Markley are joining Storm Team 10 and walking you through what's happening right now. But first, we want to get you the very latest tracking. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Orper is in the Weather Center. Kevin, in some areas, rain has started to transition to snow, like we're seeing here, but you've been telling us this is just the beginning.
Well, it is, Kit, and that's not the only aspect of what's happening here. It's also getting colder because, look, see, it's 31 now in Terre Haute, and it's already 33 in Vincennes, so all across the News 10 viewing area, temperatures dropping to close to freezing, if not below. The only place is in Lagodi, where it still is 45. Add to that the fact that we have a 14-mile-an-hour wind out of the north-northeast. Robinson 17, Vincennes 17, and Olney at 12, with winds at times gusting to 25 and 35 miles an hour. Paris at 18. That puts the wind chill at 21 or 20 or even 6 over in Mattoon. So if you're traveling, not only do we have low wind chills, and we also have some snow and sleet falling. Look at this. See, this is a little band right here of sleet and snow right across the middle part of the News 10 viewing area, and this is some snow falling here. In some portions of the Wabash Valley, it's been snowing for several hours. Now we're making that transition in other areas of the Wabash Valley, including Fairbanks Park. And that's where our own meteorologist Everett Lau is, and Everett's outside. He can bring us up to date about what's happening right now and what we can look forward to as we get further into the evening.
All right, Kevin said it's been turning colder, and that's definitely the case. Earlier today, I was out for midday. It wasn't too bad. We still had the rain, but in Terre Haute, we've transitioned to some wintry precipitation. It is sleeting, and at times we've had some pretty steady sleet falling out there. I'll take a step back, and we can kind of pan down, and you can see the sidewalk here. It kind of looks like snow, and you might think, oh, it's snowing outside, but nope. Those are little ice pellets, and when they fall, they kind of bounce around. I don't know if we can zoom in. You can kind of see them in my glove there, but we definitely do have the sleet falling out there. You get some tires on this, you walk on it, it'll get compacted, and that can make for some very slick conditions. We do have that travel advisory in Vigo County until 8 o'clock, which means travel could be restricted in some area. We have travel warnings in some spots. So if you don't have to be out tonight, you don't need to, just stay home. That's the best place to be. Eventually we'll see this sleet transition over to some snow. And as Kevin's mentioned, the wind is picked up. So even if you have to be outside, you want to bundle up because there's definitely a wind chill out here. And when it's sleeting, I can tell you firsthand, it's pretty stinging to be outside right now. So we're going to see these conditions to continue to kind of worsen across the Wabash Valley. Again, farther to the northwest, we've had snow. But so far here in Terre Haute, we've either had rain and now we've transitioned into sleet. At times I've seen a few little snowflakes mixing in here at Fairbanks Park. But for the most part, we're still dealing with that mixed precipitation. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on things. I'll check back in later for First at 5. But for right now, reporting live in Fairbanks Park with Blake Dollier, Everett Lau, Storm Team 10.
Thank you, Everett. We now turn to look at weather conditions in our Southern Bureau. News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan is live in downtown Vincennes. He's been keeping an eye on the situation there. Gary, what can you tell us?
Well, it's still raining here in downtown Vincennes, but the wind has picked up and the rain is a lot colder. Now, if I do a little boot check here, it's still not slick. So while it is getting colder, the ice hasn't quite made it here yet. Now, I've got some updates since this afternoon. Knox County is in a travel advisory. Vincennes and county road crews say that they're on the ready for when this does start making the switch over. Now, Martin County Sheriff is asking folks to be careful over the next few days to watch for the roads. Knox County and Daviess County offices are going to be closed for tomorrow, as well as offices in Washington as well. Now, over in Illinois, the city of Olney has declared a snow emergency through this system. Offices over in Jasper County or in Newton have been set to be closed for tomorrow. And health offices over in Jasper, Richland, Lawrence, and Crawford County are all closed tomorrow, as well as pretty much any business. If you've been on Facebook today, you probably know that if you got a business that you want to go to tomorrow, it's probably a good chance that it's going to be closed. So that's pretty much the update right now here in downtown Vincennes. As always, I'm News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan. Send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Gary. Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb says this is the first statewide weather event to prompt this level of response. Earlier today, he gave a winter weather update. He says Hoosiers will face crippling conditions in the coming days. Leaders from Indiana Department of Transportation, Indiana State Police, and the Indiana Department of Homeland Security discussed their storm action plans. INDOT has 215,000 tons of salt, 1.5 million gallons of brine, nearly 1,000 trucks treating the highways, and more than 1,500 employees working 12-hour shifts. Holcomb says the state is ready for anything. He says the most important thing you can do is stay off of the road and check on your neighbors.
I hope everyone understands that whatever this severe weather throws at us, we're going to meet and exceed that with all the manpower and resources and assets that we have. They're already pre-positioned all over the state, from the Ohio River to Lake Michigan.
To see road conditions in Indiana, visit 511in.org. We've linked you to it at WTHI-TV.com. Another app can help you stay on top of changing weather conditions. The Indiana Travel Advisory app shows the road conditions for each Indiana county. The app also includes the contact information for each county's emergency management agency. Each agency is responsible for implementing travel advisories. The link to download the app is on our website. It's WTHI-TV.com. Duke Energy in Terre Haute is urging you to prepare for power outages. Nearly 700 workers from 4 states will be on their way to restore power. There are a few things you can do to stay safe if the power goes out. Keep a supply of flashlights and extra batteries. They also say you need to have extra water. A battery-operated radio will also help alert you of any potential hazards or information and make arrangements for shelter, especially if you have elderly family members. Vigo County Dispatch has spent this week preparing for dangerous weather conditions. They are ready to take your 911 calls if emergency strikes in the coming days. The Vigo County 911 director says you should avoid going out if you can. If you need assistance, do not leave your car. Try to get off the road and turn on your hazard lights. The dispatch center says even if the power goes out, they'll still be hard at work keeping you safe.
At dispatch, we have a backup power supply. So if our power goes out here, we have a backup UPS system.
Some areas in the Wabash Valley could receive heavy amounts of snow. Snow removal companies will soon be working around the clock to clear roadways and parking lots. News 10's Caitlin Hunt is live in Terre Haute. She explains the steps they're taking to keep you safe. Caitlin?
Yes, Kit, we're seeing a mixture of sleet and snow out here, which means the snow's going to start piling up soon, and the snow removal companies will be out here to push it all away. But there are still some things to consider before you call one of them in.
I spoke with Harry Albin. He's the operator of Rose Hill Landscaping. It's during times like these the business goes from landscaping to snow removal. The business serves anywhere to 50 to 60 businesses in residential areas. Albin says his team's work has already begun.
What we've been doing the last couple of days is maintaining, greasing, preparing our plows, our salters, our people, our trucks.
And with the need for snow removal high, Albin has some tips when it comes to getting your area plowed. He says planning ahead is essential. He says setting up a team to come automatically is ideal.
It's very difficult to get somebody to do that the day of the big snow.
Also, be cautious of who you hire for removal. Albin says to look for companies with good reviews, experience, and the manpower to fulfill your request. Overall, Albin says there's no need to panic.
If it's not okay now, it's just not the end.
Albin told me earlier that he plans for his crews to make their first batch of runs tonight at 6 and then do their second batch tomorrow night at 6. Reporting live in Terre Haute, Caitlin Hunt, News 10.
Thank you, Caitlin. As you can imagine, there are a lot of cancellations and closings right now. Many schools have transitioned to e-learning. We're keeping those closings running at the bottom of your screen. You can also check out WTHI-TV.com.